From Colin. Welcome back, y'all. Yet another episode of the Buckpusters, where we talk anything and everything hockey, where I'm surrounded by these.
Fuck.
Alright, that was actually pretty good.
Alright.
I'll give you
That's
that
a different one. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. And, yeah, how we doing, boys?
Good.
Good, really
Pretty
good.
good.
Glad the Steelers won today.
See, we're not a football podcast, but I was just...
From Colin.
Does that mean supper's ready?
I was about to say, not a football podcast, but man, what a fucking Steelers team we have this
What
year,
just a
man.
football day in general.
What a game. Chiefs lose their first game. Ravens lose, obviously, to the Steelers.
Yeah.
Fucking
great games
Denver
back to
beating
back.
the shit out of Atlanta was crazy.
Wow, yeah.
But, yeah, we're not a football podcast. We're a hockey podcast. Yeah, that's your 1 minute of football content there, your 30 seconds of football content. But I could talk about football for a whole episode if we really wanted to. But
Yeah.
especially this year's Steelers, man, just such a good fucking team, man. But yeah, let's talk about Otters hockey too, man. No, the Otters have been looking fucking solid.
They've looked
consistently solid.
They've had a really solid last 2 weeks. Like actually, at least splitting their weekends and
Getting 500 weekends, not losing 3 out of 5 games or 3 out of 4 games like we have been, in years past.
Yeah, looking at third in the division and
Fifth
fourth in the conference.
Fourth in the conference. Wow.
Well, we're tied for fourth with Saginaw, but we get the tiebreaker because we have a game in hand.
Okay.
And we've done it, and that's wins too.
Yeah.
So.
And is Windsor still in first in the conference?
No.
Kitchener. Is it
Kitchener. They went on a winning streak the last few weeks.
Have they?
Yeah, Kitchener being 15-3-2-1, Windsor being 14-5-2.
Like last I knew, they were like on a 11.
Peterborough's making their way up.
They finally got a win.
They're in 10th now in the East.
10 out of 10, baby. 1-15.
They got their first dub finally. So way to go, Peterborough! You did it.
You did the thing. Welcome to the OHL, Peterborough.
So we can at least give you your participation trophy, but you don't deserve any other medals just yet.
What was the stat I said? Like going back to last season, before they got that win, going back to last season, they had lost like 22 games in a row or something. That's wild. And then like it was like lost 28 of 29, or like they lost like 9 of their last 10 last season, and then it's a wild stat. Like they are just not a good team compared to
They're still winless at home.
They're still winless at home.
Their 1-win came on the road.
In Saginaw.
Just Saginaw.
Yeah.
Took that W. Saginaw.
At home, they're 0-5-1-2. So, I mean, really only 8 games played at home thus far. But, 1-10-0-1 on the road.
Otter's got a whole bunch of home games coming up here. I know 3 of the 4 of us, being me, Colin, and Jeffy, are going to be at all 3, hopefully.
I'll be at all 3.
And then we got Steelers game we were going to on Thursday night, so 4 days in a row of going to a sporting event of our teams, which is going to be wild. Colin said we're going to be fucking exhausted by Sunday, so we probably won't be recording next Sunday either. So
yeah, if I didn't work second shift, I definitely would have joined.
I'm going to be absolutely killed for Sunday.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to need like 3 weeks off after that stretch.
So Wednesday night, or is Sue on Wednesday night?
Wednesday night's Brampton.
And then Friday is Sue. Saturday Kitchener.
So Saturday's Kitchener.
Yeah,
And Friday is Sue. Okay. Yeah, we're driving to Cleveland for the Steelers-Browns game, Thursday night football.
I can't even watch the game at work. It's on Amazon.
Next 5 games for the Otters are all at home. We got Brampton, Sue, Kitchener, Owen Sound on the 27th, and Flint on the 30th.
Okay.
So it looks like they split their months between November, December. First half of their respective months are all on the road. The back half of their respective months all at home, which is great.
I'm gonna try to at least go to the Thanksgiving game.
And
it's not a Thanksgiving game this year.
Crazy thing is
they're doing the day before.
Yeah,
I'm off.
Day before, and then I think the day after, the Saturday after.
I'm off that Wednesday, so maybe I'll.
Yeah, they changed the Thanksgiving game. They're doing the Thanksgiving.
I think are they still doing New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, or just New Year's Eve?
Just New Year's.
New Year's Eve this year.
Yeah, obviously that Tuesday at 6 p.m. they're hosting the Brantford Bulldogs.
Brantford Bulldogs. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say Thanksgiving game is Thanksgiving Eve, and then they're changing the teddy bear toss to that night as well.
Oh wow! Okay.
Which is different. It's normally literally the Saturday.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can actually get a decent crowd on a Wednesday night for once.
Yeah, well,
Let's hope. Let's draw more than 2,000 people on a Wednesday night.
Yeah,
because
well,
after obviously excluding this Wednesday and the Thanksgiving Eve, the next Wednesday game is the last game before Christmas break is against London, and
so hopefully we get a couple high capacity or high attendance Wednesday night games. Let's hope.
Yeah, because I know my school
we've started to catch up, but we've noticed the EIA when that place is packed, that team feels it, and that team plays a whole lot differently when that place is packed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I said you can tell all the guys just enjoy having that energy.
That was the most recent home game. That shutout was a damn near sellout, wasn't it? Military.
Yeah.
Missing a couple seats there,
but damn near sellout.
It was a fun game.
I know they officially announced that the McDavid game is officially sold out. It's like the earliest sellout game in EIA in Otters history.
Wow.
Which is wild.
There's only I was looking at the seating chart today. There's only very select single seats remaining.
Yeah.
But pretty much it is sold out.
Damn near.
I mean, I worked that night anyway.
Yeah, I think when I was looking at it, there were an estimate 27 seats left.
I wouldn't doubt if the fucking the club level is going to be sold out. The suites are probably going to be packed too.
Standing rooms are going to be crazy.
We might be pushing 7,000 that night, so
because I know pretty awesome. I know there's a lot that they said they were going to be doing a lot of promotions leading up to that night, as well as including the night McDavid's jersey retirement is.
It's going to be awesome. I'm so pumped.
I'm so excited for it.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the cat.
Or the BPS mascot.
The unofficial mascot. Right, Otis?
Meow.
Nothing.
No,
Usually he's vocal, not right now. But yeah, man, this Otters team, Carey Trance on Friday night? 4 goals for Carey Trance on Friday night. Dude's just looking insane.
Yeah,
this team as a whole is looking great.
2 hat tricks in the last week, and
Wow.
Who got the first one?
Malcolm Spence.
Did he? Damn.
He got his first career.
I'm sure we'll get to that when you do your milestones here shortly.
But yeah, going back to the veterans game, that was fun. That game was Colin and I. Will admit that was
was that another shutout? That was the 4-0 win.
Yeah, that was another shutout weekend for Noah.
Back-to-back home shutouts for Noah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm doing a little research here. So.
Yeah, this team is the best it's looked in years, man, and it's only gotten improved. It's only improved from the second half of last season.
The power play's looking really. The penalty kill.
I know the penalty kill. I think I've seen still needs a little bit of work, but the power play is looking a lot better.
Wasn't good against Saginaw the other night. The penalty kill was probably the worst I think it's been this entire season.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious now.
I'm really excited to see what this team can do in these last 40-something games. It's first 20 or so has looked pretty damn good. So let's keep that up and keep this rolling through December and the rest of the season. Make another playoff push, hopefully a little bit deeper of a playoff run.
Yeah, currently the Otters' power play is 8th with 25.6.
That's better than we usually are. Better than 17th or 18th.
Yeah, the top 7 are Kitchener, London, Windsor, Kingston, Oshawa, Barrie, and Niagara. And then what's the penalty kill? Penalty kill, it's pretty much the same thing.
Also 8th?
Yeah, also 8th. It did drop a little bit because of their result the last 2 games in Saturday.
Charlie Burns finally had a really good game last night, and just we couldn't pocket enough goals to back him up for it. Definitely the best game he's played all season. I know he's had his struggles, his first couple starts, but only let in 2 last night on 30 shots, and we just wasn't enough. We couldn't score to back him up. So, but hopefully we can get Burns a win here. I don't know if he has one on the year yet.
He hasn't had one yet.
So hopefully we can get him one here soon and keep on rolling through the rest of the month, and let's cap off this month with a couple wins here in Erie, and let's get a win in Cleveland for the Steelers. That's my first NFL game. I know Colin's your 7th.
I can't keep track of this anymore.
It's your first regular season.
This is my first regular season because Bobo and I went to one of the preseason games earlier this summer against the Texans, and So
Which I don't think we won a preseason game this year, did we? I think we were 0-3 in preseason.
yeah, well, they were not good in preseason.
Sixth.
Your sixth game.
Yeah.
It's only your fourth Steeler though. Or your third Steelers.
Oh fuck. Third. Because I did one in Buffalo. This will be my third in Cleveland. Second in Cleveland. And
Yeah,
I've done 3 in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
So.
Because I do remember you went to the Browns-Niners game last.
Yeah, when the Browns
actually beat
the frickin' undefeated 49ers at the time.
Last year?
Last
You
year.
were at that game last year?
Yeah, I was at the game last year.
Oh shit.
Yeah, without the pedophile rapist, words I can't say on the air, Deshaun Watson, and without the man, the myth, the Nick Chubb.
Yeah. Glad to see Nick Chubb is back and doing well. He's not putting up amazing numbers, but I mean he's still recovering from injury, so probably won't start seeing his numbers again until next year.
I think
this is his last year. Actually, I think he announced that this might be his last year.
I heard that too.
Did he?
With all his injuries and stuff, which it's sad.
And he's only 28.
He's young, but again, he's the hero that Cleveland doesn't deserve.
Yeah,
I said he's one of the actual few
He's
Browns
28,
I actually really do like.
And he's why he's the only Browns jersey I will ever own. Period.
Yeah, because your entire family's Browns fans.
Yeah,
but you're not doing it.
Yeah, fuck you guys, I'm going rogue.
But you're pretty much Cleveland any other sport, right? You're Cavs fan, Guardians fan.
Basketball and baseball in Cleveland, but hockey and football in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, well, Pittsburgh or hockey doesn't have a Cleveland.
Oh.
Well, they have
They have AHL, but
Cleveland Monsters, but that's the best thing they got.
I mean, I would love to go see a Cleveland Monsters game. I would have nothing against that.
I'm sorry. When a minor league team is better than one of your professional teams in the Browns,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
I know we're crossing over sports boundaries here, but I'm sorry.
Browns. I predicted them to win today, and they fucking obviously didn't. So it's the last time I do that. Learned my lesson there. First time I picked them to win this year, and they lost. So. Just like they've lost, 9 games now? 8 games now? Anyways, let's move back to hockey.
Yeah. I said one of the biggest things to come in the last couple weeks before in milestones is the NCAA and the CHL are officially agree that players can now play for NCAA teams or vice versa, NCAA players to come over to any of the CHL.
Yeah, and I saw that there's definitely rumors or interest that the Otters are looking at a couple different NCAA players.
Cool.
I know
so
that.
Let's see that. If I can speak, let's hopefully hope that that's true, and we can get another experienced guy on the team.
Honestly, I think the one thing I would kind of, if a player does come, I would honestly want another defenseman.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't look too deeply into it, but I could assume there's probably going to be limits, like you can't have more than 2 or something, or more than 3. I can only assume it's going to be like that.
Not a goaltender, hopefully.
I said maybe potentially a third string goaltender, because in case, so we don't have that same situation last year with the whole e-bugs and Benny.
Well, last year, it was kind of weird because we really only had one grade A goaltender,
and the only reason that happened is because we made all those cuts early in the season. Like we originally had, Liam Gilmartin, Lucas Ignoretti, Tao Artichuk, Colby Saganuk, all announced to be on the original opening night roster, and I think a couple of them played a game or two, and they just got cut, and we had to call up Dylan Edwards. We called up a couple different other guys. Ty Henry started being full time. Nicholas Talamago started being full time, which I'm very happy with his improvement. He is starting to actually show like a top 4 defenseman.
Next year he'll be top 4.
Yeah, he's starting to show. He's starting to get a lot better defensively.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only reason we ended up getting into that situation, because the whole or A card and B card thing or whatever it was, is we were out of A cards because of how many cuts we made early on in the season, so we just didn't have enough to sign another goaltender. So that's why we ended up doing all those e-bugs and ended up finding the full-time, quote unquote e-bug, the full-time loan with Ethan Frazier, who ended up being one of the main reasons we got a lot of wins towards the end of the season and made a playoff run and made it to the playoffs.
And nearly helped us until Benny came back in the last couple games of the Kitchener series, and he was a big key part of that as well.
Yeah.
But I know one of the biggest players to officially sign with the NCAA, I forget which team it was, but overager from the Kitchener Rangers, Jackson Parsons. And
Parsons!
Signed with the NCAA.
Parsons!
Yeah, he was one of the bigger names that officially signed. Hasn't been really too many players that
Yet.
As of yet, there hasn't been either bunch of players that have either signed within the OHL or NCAA. But kind of keep an eye on that throughout the entirety of this season. Now that it's official.
Yeah.
But honestly, I kind of like that it gives other players opportunities as well.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be nice to see some possibly college level players coming down to play in the help out some struggling teams, or middle of the pack that are that one piece away from being a great team, which I think the Otters are one of those.
Yeah.
I do think we just need a little bit of defensive help. Our top four has been pretty solid. That bottom two, Nick Holomigel, he's getting better, but he still has his struggles. Schaefer is probably our best defenseman that we've had in quite some time.
Not probably. He is the best defenseman we've had since Jamie Drysdale.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Easily. And Ty Henry's starting to look really well. He's gotten some goals. Again, we'll get there. Jeffy will talk about that here soon. But yeah, our we could use a little bit more help. I know Davio has been pretty rough.
He's hit or miss.
Ambrosio is still up and coming. I think, but he's defenseman, isn't he?
Yeah.
Ambrosio, he's still up and coming, trying to find his way into the lineup full time. But yeah, it's one more defensive man I think would be very solid for us to get that solid sixth defenseman and not have to go back and forth with them.
And maybe somebody on the fourth line. We have all those. Minus Messier. Everybody the other two on the fourth line are rookies.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to get some experience playing on a more professional level, and kind of bring the different insight that will really fit Stan Butler's gritty, in-your-face, defensive style lockdown game that he's well known for, not only around the OHL but around the CHL as a whole.
Yeah.
So it would be a nice little addition to it, but
Thank you. Excuse me.
Well, that's a thing where only time will tell.
Yeah.
What will happen.
Yeah. But go ahead, Jeffy.
Yeah.
Kick us off. Yeah, what happened this past week?
Going back onto the November 3rd, Chris Diobo of the Flint Firebirds playing in his 200th career OHL game. James Petrovsky of the Owen Sun Attack played in his 200th career OHL game. And then on November 6th, Luca Pinelli of the Ottawa 67 gets his 200th career point versus the Kingston Frontenacs. And then on November 7th, Chicago Blackhawks prospect Ty Henry gets his first career OHL goal. And then Malcolm Spence of the Erie Otters gets his first career OHL hat trick versus Niagara. And funny thing is, Noah Erlin got his first point off of Ty Henry's.
Oh, did he really? Did he get an assist on that? That's awesome.
He got an assist on
That's awesome.
He got an assist on that. On the 8th, Niagara Ice Dogs raised banners to honor Brian Colin and Marcel Dion of the versus the Sarnia Sting.
Get a secondary assist.
That's
Henry
awesome.
from Alfie and Noah.
That's hilarious. I did not see that. I did not notice that.
Yeah, I actually had to look at that. I was watching the game and I had to actually go look at the app. I'm like, holy crap! He actually got assists on that one. And then speaking of Noah Erlin, he gets his second career shutout in 26 saves and a 4-0 victory. And then Panophemus gets his 200th career OHL point versus the Sioux Greyhounds. And then on the 13th, Panophemus of the Erie Otters played in his 200th career OHL game versus the... I don't know why I put Sioux on the 9th when they didn't even play him on the 9th. But they...
On Wednesday the 14th,
Yeah.
the game. No, 13th. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know why I put them on the 9th.
Yeah, on the
I just realized that.
on the 13th against Sioux in a 4-3 OT loss. He played his 200th game.
And then in that same game, Brady Martin of the Sioux Greyhounds gets his first career OHL hat trick. And then on the 14th, Carter George of the Owen Sound Attack gets his first career OHL goal off of a goalie goal.
There was a goalie goal
There's a goalie goal.
in the O. Really?
I sent that in the chat like the night it happened.
I'm about to go back. I didn't catch it. I'm about to go back and see
He's
it.
the first goaltender in the Owen Sound's franchise to get a goalie goal, and he's the 11th goaltender to ever do it in the OHL.
Only 11th. Wow.
And it was against the Peterborough Petes.
Of course it was. Like it's the past couple years, it's always been against Niagara. Oh, this guy scored his 7th hat trick against Niagara. This guy scored 4 goals against Niagara. I feel like it's going to be a lot of that for Peterborough this year.
I just tagged you that in that group chat, so whenever we get an opportunity.
I can watch it now. It's on silent.
And then to November 15th milestone, Miller Butter of the Kingston Frontenacs gets his first career OHL goal.
Is that really his fucking name?
Yeah.
Butter?
It's just instead of an E, it's just an A and it's Butter.
Butter.
Batar, might be Batar, but
They when I listened to on the broadcast,
it is Butter.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
His name is Smooth like butter.
When did they come to Erie?
Couple weeks.
So we all have to dress up as butter sticks. Got it.
Yes.
Toast. Some of us come as toast. One of us dressed like a giant butter knife.
And then 2
Giant.
sticks of butter.
Big signs. Come here, butter.
Or we do pancakes. Like each of us are a pancake. Someone dresses as the cube of butter. on
Every
top
time
of
he
the
whiffs
pancakes.
Butterfinger.
And then
No. Whenever he steps, he looks like he stepped in a warm stick of butter. Whoa!
Is that ice or butter?
Brody Najim and Damian Zolkin of the Saginaw Spirit gets their first career OHL goals versus the Erie Otters. And Anaheim Ducks prospect Kerry Terrance gets his first career OHL hat trick. And then on the 16th, Chicago Blackhawks prospect Nick Lardis of the Brantford Bulldogs gets his 100th career OHL career goal versus the Brampton Steelheads. And then Austin Elliott of the London Knights in 27 saves gets his first career OHL shutout in a 4-0 victory versus the Guelph Storm. And then David Sazaville of the Oshawa Generals gets his first career OHL goal versus the Barrie Colts.
Awesome. All right, you already know what it is?
Well, actually, no. Let's switch it up a little bit. Before we go to Puck 2, okay, remember how I said we're doing blind... Oh, I was going to start bringing up blind rankings?
Yeah, okay.
So we're going to start it off easy. We're going to do blind rankings of best A's in the league. Best A's in the Metro to begin with.
Alternate captains? A's?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, first on the list, Sebastian Aho of Carolina.
Okay. He's only an A?
Yeah, he's only A. Remember, Jordan Stahl.
Jordan Stahl.
I forgot he's still there, man.
But yeah, Sebastian Aho.
I think that's a solid middle ground.
I would say...
I would say 2, honestly.
I'll say 3.
I would say 3. That's a solid middle ground. You don't know who's all on the list.
Okay. I would say 2. I feel like he's going to give us some shitty ones just to fuck with us here.
The second name, Jack Hughes of the Devils.
Oh, and that's 1. That's 1 right off the bat, easily.
Yeah.
For A's, like I don't think I can think of an alternate that's a better player, especially in the Metro.
I'm sure Colin has a couple up his sleeve.
No, I'm saying A. I'm saying 1 for Jack Hughes.
Third man on this list, Chris Kreider.
4.
4.
Yeah.
He's overrated as hell, dude. And that
Or
could
do
just
you
be my
want-
bias. It could be my bias showing a little
or
bit.
do you want to put him at 5 and just see and make him bump?
No, because there's one I have in mind that I know he's going to name, and he's going to be 5.
Evgeny Malkin.
2. Just solid 2.
Okay, hold on. Let's think of what other teams there is still to choose from. Still got the Islanders, We know who the A's are over there. The Blue Jackets, I don't even know who their A's and captains would be at this point. I think Boone Jenner's still the captain.
Boone Jenner's captain.
I have no clue who the A's could be. Maybe Werenski. But I don't think Werenski's better than Kreider or Aho. Might be better than Kreider, but... Blue Jackets, Capitals.
Tampa's
Atlantic.
Capitals,
I'm only give Metro.
Oh, Metro.
Capitals, I think you got Oshie and Carlson.
I think so.
Oshie's on LTIR, remember? So
okay, yeah.
There's going to be another one.
So else would it be?
It'd probably be Wilson, Carlson.
Yeah, well, I think it's just Wilson and Carlson.
So do we want to go 2?
Yeah. I
2?
think so.
We'll go 2.
He's going to throw some crazy name at us next.
All right. So automatically in the number 5 position.
Just type it. Don't even tell us. Just type it. Oh, he's gonna freeze it and then type it. My feeling he was gonna throw Chris Letang at us. Is why I said let's hold the number 5 open for Chris Letang.
Quick look at his computer.
Tom Wilson.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. I'm happy with that list. That's honestly perfect.
That's honestly.
He might. Let's be completely honest. He could probably switch Aho and Malkin.
I would probably.
But that's a pretty fucking solid list there.
It's a solid list.
I'm happy with that.
I'm surprised you didn't do all 8. You should have done all 8 and just have.
It's only top 5.
Oh,
out of
top
top 5 blind rankings, random lists.
Okay.
For the week,
Okay,
so.
I like that. If you want to you should keep this up. Try to do this every episode. I like this.
Okay.
That was fun.
All right, now, Kyle, it is
Now.
time.
Do a normal puck. Doku.
Duck Pokemon.
Ooh.
Okay, going across the top for the columns, we got Anaheim, Dallas, Detroit. And going down the side for the rows, we got Toronto, Calgary, and goalie.
John Gibson for Ducks goalie.
Yeah, easy right off the bat. Just played his first game this season earlier this week.
Yep.
And
then Dallas, I thought of random Kerry Leitonen, if you can remember how to fucking spell his name. It's Keri. Yep, there we go. Boom.
5%. Wow.
All right. Toronto, Detroit. No, not Ben Sherratt. Chris Tanev, Calgary, Dallas.
That's actually what I was just.
You just about to say that?
Yeah.
I knew he was Dallas. I couldn't remember if he played for Calgary.
Oh, hold on, because he can technically fit under Dallas too. All right.
Dallas, Toronto too. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
Dallas, Toronto, and Calgary. So we can hold on to him in our back
Okay,
pockets.
figure out which one we want. Okay, so we'll save that. Let's work on the Anaheim and Detroit column then.
What?
For Toronto, Detroit, Tyler Bertuzzi.
Yeah. Okay. Can he fit anywhere else? No, he cannot. Tyler Bertuzzi, good job. BE. Where is he now? Isn't he in Chicago?
He is in Chicago.
Yeah.
Poor guy. He's playing with Connor Bedard. That's got to be pretty exciting.
Looks like a crackhead.
Looks like a hockey player. Excuse me.
We can do Yager for Dallas, Calgary, and then Tana for Toronto.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
I forgot Yager played like 20 games for Calgary. And I think a full season with Dallas. Christopher Tanev. Boom, all right. So we need Toronto, Anaheim, Calgary, Anaheim, and Calgary, Detroit. Kadri never played for Detroit. I know he didn't play for Anaheim. Cam Talbot, Calgary, Detroit.
That's
Yeah,
right.
That's right.
Did he play for Anaheim? No, I don't think
No.
so. I don't think so. I'd say it might be easier to go with him, but Blake Coleman, where is he playing now?
Calgary.
Is he still in Calgary?
Yeah.
I thought he got traded or like signed this offseason.
He's last I knew he's still in Calgary.
Okay. Toronto, Anaheim. Reeves never played for Anaheim, I don't think.
I mean, that might be another enforcer player though.
Calgary, Anaheim. Hannafin never played for Anaheim, I don't think. I think he was always in Calgary and then just went to Vegas this offseason. Or the trade deadline last year. Damn. Well, we always get to like these first 7 right off the bat, and then we get down to these last 2. Toronto, Anaheim.
Could it be another goalie?
I'm thinking
One of them?
possibly. Freddie Anderson.
Toronto, Anaheim.
Anaheim, yeah.
Yep.
Good. Help me get there, Bubba. Good shit. Just try Freddie. Or Anderson, yeah.
Oh, Anderson's Batman.
Frederick Anderson, there we go. Boom. All right. Teamwork there, Bubba. You got me there.
Calgary, Anaheim.
Calgary, Anaheim.
I'm thinking either defenseman or like enforcer.
Did Cam Fowler? He's only been with Anaheim, right?
Fowler's only been Anaheim.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Um,
Radko Gudas. Where all has he played?
Florida, Toronto,
Washington.
not Washington. Obviously, Anaheim.
Did he ever play for Calgary?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
What about the man of 27 million teams?
Galchenyuk
No,
never played for Calgary.
I don't think he played for either one.
Played for either one.
Okay.
Sidney Crosby.
Connor McDavid.
I think maybe like an Eric Goodbranson, or like an Ian Cole.
Branson did Anaheim, but I'm not confident on Calgary.
I thought he played for Calgary. I wasn't confident about Anaheim. That'll be our last second. That'll be our last second guess if we can't think of anything. I'm thinking like 4th liner, like 12th, 13th defense, 12th, 13th forwards here. Zach Aston Reese, did he ever play a game for Calgary?
No.
Which I didn't know until the other night that he's on Columbus now. Until he scored against us, I had no fucking clue that he was in Columbus now. Brian Dumoulin never played for mostly just Pittsburgh, Anaheim, Seattle.
I'm trying to think of other like journeyman goaltenders. Obviously
That jumped around.
Yeah, Freddie's paid for 3 different teams. Bob has paid for 4 different
Korea.
teams.
What is Anaheim?
Paul Correa. I don't think it was Calgary.
The Bob's only Canadian team was Toronto. No.
Timu never played for Calgary, I don't think.
No. Only Canadian. He played for 2
trying to think
teams.
of the,
Winnipeg, the original Winnipeg franchise. Bless you. And then Anaheim.
I'm thinking Theo Fleury. I know he played for Calgary. I don't know if he played for Anaheim. I don't know if his time with Anaheim was even a team.
Who's the backups for the respective clubs? Because you obviously got Dostal for Anaheim. And then who's the backup up in Calgary?
I don't even know. I know the starter, I think, is Dustin Wolf now.
Yeah.
I don't even know who the backup would be.
And Dosso he's only been Anaheim.
Where's Wolf been?
I have no clue. I'm not too familiar with him.
I say he's young.
He's in Kadri, never played for Anaheim.
Miller's out because he only played for Anaheim, Vancouver, St. Louis, and Buffalo.
Damn. Maybe like a Brian Elliott? Did he ever play for Anaheim?
St. Louis, Philadelphia, Columbus,
Calgary, Tampa.
I don't.
Did you say Dallas? Because I know Dallas.
Yeah,
You did.
Dallas.
Calgary, yeah. My only solid guess right now is Eric Goodbranson. That's all I got.
Oh, sorry, what's right?
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Boom! All right.
Nice.
Jonas hit.
It was a goalie. We were dancing around it.
Jonas Hiller, JS.
And Jay Shiger. Okay.
Todd Pertuzzi, Branson, Curtis McElhaney.
Another goalie, yeah. Steve Monador. Wow. What's more Toronto, Anaheim, yeah. Jay Shiger. Joffrey Lupul. Haven't heard that name in a fucking minute.
Jonathan Berg.
Stars? Okay. Stars.
Jonathan Bernier.
James Reimer.
James Reimer. Andre Cachet. Luke Shen. Wow. Damn. Okay. What about? I want to see what would have been more for Calgary, Dallas too, because we jumped to Yager right away. Joe Newendike, Chris Tanev for them
Brett
too.
Hall.
Frank Smith.
James Neal, forgot he's.
I didn't even realize Brett Hall played for Calgary. I only knew St. Louis and Dallas.
Jimmy Craig.
Jim Craig, Tyler Pitlick. Yeah, that's about it for big names. Cool boys. 9 out of 9. Now let's get the pyramid too. Let's get the pyramid perfect.
Imagine being the most perfect game. All 0%.
Bum.
He probably used Google.
Oh, easy. Those people like get that fucking guy that played like one game.
Ooh.
And then we were just talking about this. The junior got NCAA for both columns, and then OHL and WHL for the Rose.
We got Tyler Parsons. Has he played a game yet on the NCAA?
Let me check.
Oh, we can't check the
I
sheet.
can't.
Well, he's the only name I can think of right now.
Yeah, he's
No, Jackson Parsons.
Oh, sorry.
Jackson Parsons. Can't even type his name in. Okay, yeah, I can't even type his name in.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, shit.
That was almost bad. I don't even have any guesses for this.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Just put like Connor McDavid for all four of them.
I'm guessing it's probably just me players that have signed already.
Warren Fogle.
Wow.
Warren Fogle.
Jamie Alexiak.
4 players. That's it. That's all you got. And then for the WHL, a few more,
Duncan
but
Keith.
we had Duncan Keith and Mike
I
Conner.
wouldn't, yeah, I wouldn't even.
Oh, Chuck Kobasu.
I don't know who that is.
Remember, he played for the Penguins in 2012, 2013.
Did he really? I had no
I don't
clue.
know that name.
Chuck Kobasu. Wow. Never heard of him. Interesting. Oh, yeah, I saw it right there. Pittsburgh Penguins, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, 2001, played in the KHL for the lockout season. But yeah, 13-14. 33 games with us.
2 goals.
2
Wow.
goals for 2 points. And what is that? 15 penalty minutes.
Wow.
Nice. That sounds like me and Chell.
And 33. No, you'd have that one game, not 33 games.
Yeah.
No,
Damn.
Bobo. It says 15, not 150.
Oh.
All right, that was interesting.
Sorry, I like to hit hard and
You
Chell.
got always love it when we get a perfect puck, Doku.
Yeah.
They'll take that as a win.
All right, then I also had a guessing, or not a ranking, but a guessing a top 10.
Okay.
Okay, if you're all ready, the top 10 currently active goaltenders with the most wins against the Boston Bruins.
Andrei Vasilevsky.
He is number 5.
The Bob.
Bob's not on the list, surprisingly.
Wow.
He's not on the list. By the way, this is courtesy of TBR Sports on TikTok. Follow them. I love those guys.
Marc-Andre Fleury?
He's number 2.
I'm gonna have to write this down so then I don't forget who we said already. I'll put it up on the screen.
You got Vassy at 5, Flower at 2.
Okay.
Flower 2.
And Vassy at 5.
And you said active goaltenders, right?
Yes. I'll tell you right now, the only one that I didn't get were 8 and 9.
Okay.
Were the only ones I didn't get were 8 and 9.
Alright, so players we've guessed, we've guessed the Bob, we've guessed Fleury, Vassy. Let's go down. Anaheim, Gibson would not be. Doster will not be. Buffalo, definitely not Uka. Definitely not
Levi.
Not Levi.
No.
Carolina, not Freddie.
Fred Anderson's number 1.
Wow.
Yeah, Fred Anderson's number 1 on the list.
And their backup came from Montreal, Jake Allen.
No, not on the list.
Calgary, Markstrom.
He's number 10.
Number 10. Okay. And Wolf.
No, not on the list.
Columbus would be
Elvis.
Elvis wouldn't be on there.
Nope.
I was just naming like who
and
was.
I doubt it was going to be their backup if Elvis doesn't have any. I'm definitely skipping over teams. Colorado.
Nope. Definitely by
Oh, the way he's looking at you. Oh my God, what's his name?
Kemper.
He doesn't currently play for Colorado, but he did at one point.
Darcy Kemper.
No.
I'm trying to think of the other.
I believe he was at one point.
Grubauer.
No. I could be wrong. Let me double check. I believe he did play for Colorado at one point. Yeah, he did. Okay, he did play for Colorado at one point.
We'll get back to it because you said he's still active. He's still going to be out there. I skipped over Chicago. The only person that has a chance would be Peter Mrazek, but I doubt it.
No.
Dallas would be Dotter, but he's still too young, and I don't even know how the fucking back.
Casey Smith.
Casey Smith, which is still fucking out. Detroit Red Wings. It would be Cam Talbot.
Yes. Cam Talbot, number 7.
Number 7. Who else is going Detroit right now?
Husso. Nobody else from Detroit.
Edmonton, the only person that has a chance is Stuart Skinner, but no. Florida, we've said the Bob already. Spencer Knight wouldn't have any. LA Kings. Oh, former LA King Jonathan Quick.
Jonathan Quick's number 3.
Number 3.
Okay.
Who are the goalies out in LA?
Kemper and
Kemper's a no.
Oh, who's the other one?
Come on.
Nobody currently in LA.
Nobody can. Okay. Next up would be Minnesota. We already guessed the Flower, and I doubt that.
Gustafson has
Nope.
one. Oh.
Montreal. Fuck no. Fuck no. Am I wrong?
What'd you say, sorry?
Nobody from Montreal.
No.
Nashville. UC hasn't played a whole lot.
No.
I doubt Scotch Wedgwood either.
Jersey.
Former Jersey.
Former Jersey. Get back to that. It'll come to us. Islanders. You got Sorokin. But it's...
What's Sorokin?
Samsonov.
No, Simeon Varlamov.
Varlamov. That's your former Avalanche
Yeah.
you skipped over. Number 4.
I don't even know how to spell his name, but I don't give a fuck. That's okay. Rangers, you got
Igor.
Igor, and Jonathan Quick was on here already. So Igor would be the only opportunity.
Nope.
Okay, the Senators.
These last 3, I don't think you're gonna get. I'll tell you that right now. I squeezed I pulled number 6 out of my ass just because of how long he's been around.
Senators, no, because obviously Allmark has played with the Bruins for so long. I doubt he has the most wins. Flyers, nobody. San Jose, probably nobody. Oh, with San Jose with that face.
Don't look at the goal. Don't look at San Jose's goalies though. Yeah, think of it. Who plays for San Jose right now?
Listen, I've carried us to 7 of the 10. Give me a fucking break. I can't remember all 64 fucking goaltenders.
Right, number 6.
No. Do not say anything. Either Blackwood or Vanacek.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Both are 8 and 9.
Oh.
Vanacek is number 8. Blackwood is number 9.
Way to go, Colin.
I was about.
Well, he pulled it up. He didn't guess it. He pulled the fucking roster up.
Well, yeah, because I'm the only one here who's carrying the fucking weight. You've got the research. Jeffrey's helps somewhat. Bo's over there.
Hey, I said MIF.
Number 6 used to play for Toronto way back when, early in his career.
Okay, well,
He's definitely not a name that you would think of nowadays.
Seattle, St. Louis, Tampa, Utah, Vancouver, Vegas, the Caps, and the Jets. Not Hellbug, Buck. Never paid.
This guy just signed with a team recently. Or was claimed off of waivers recently.
Yeah, again, not Winnipeg, not Washington.
Oh. Wasn't it, you didn't say Johansson?
Not Johansson.
Would it be Adin Hill?
No. I think he spent some time in Detroit too, but he's mainly known for Toronto early on in his career. I think he spent some time with Detroit.
Oh, Ned? No,
Not Ned.
He was the first one. I was like, oh, he spent some time in Detroit. But he tapped out.
Okay, it was last year he spent time with Detroit last year.
Still doesn't fucking help me.
Spent time with Florida, Carolina, San Jose. Just was claimed off of waivers for Buffalo this past week.
So just fucking give it to us.
No?
No.
Yeah.
James Reimer
Oh my god.
is number 6 on that list.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking James Reimer.
Wow.
But again, shout out to TBR Sports on TikTok. That's where I got that from. I played along. I said the only one I didn't get was Vanessic, and I can't remember if I ended up getting Blackwood or not. But yeah, I was like, fucking, how the hell is Vanessic on that list, but fucking Sergei Bobrovsky isn't?
Yeah.
Boston apparently just doesn't like playing against Vanessic. Apparently, Vanacek, Vanessic. I don't know how to pronounce it to this day. So.
VTech Vanacek.
Is it Vanacek?
Check.
Okay.
Yeah. Vanacek.
VTech
Vanacek. Hey, Vanacheks.
Vanacheks.
Vanacek.
It's not a check van, it's a Vanacheks.
Yeah, exactly. Except it's singular. But if that's how you can remember, that's how you're gonna remember.
What's that? Mnemonic device is what they call that, or something like that.
Yeah. Where you use like whatever the frig it is, like Vanacheks, like we just did. You know, that's how you remember how to pronounce Vanachek's name.
Yeah.
VTech Vanacek.
Vanacek. Got it. All right.
So I don't know. That's how I remember it. So you do you.
Yep. All right. Other than that, I got nothing else other than to jump over to the NHL milestones. Jumping all the way over back to November 3rd, we got Vinny Churchick scored his 200th career goal, and Nikolai Ehlers became the highest-scoring Danish player of all time, with point number 474 passing Franz Nelson. On November 5th, Rasmus Dahlin reached the 300-point milestone, and Nino Niederreiter skated in his 900th career game. Jack Thompson of the Sharks scored his first career NHL goal against the Blue Jackets. And Quinn Hughes became the third fastest defenseman in history to reach 300 assists, doing so in just 376 games.
Wow.
Behind Bobby Orr, who did it in 346, and Brian Leach, who did it in 368. On November 6th, Brandon McNabb set the Vegas Golden Knights franchise record for games played at 515. On November 7th, The Winnipeg Jets became the second team in NHL history to win 13 of their first 14 games. Last team to do that, the 07-08 Senators.
Oh.
Which that surprised, like the Senators? It's like I forgot they were actually good at one point.
Yeah.
Connor Hellenbuck recorded his 40th career shutout. Ivan Fedotov recorded his first career win. And Marc-Andre Fleury played in his 1,029th game of his career, tying Patrick Waugh for third most in history amongst goaltenders, only trailing Bobby Lou at 1,044 and Martin Brodeur at 1,266.
Wow.
I forgot, Brodeur played so many games, man.
Yeah.
On November 8th, Robbie Fabry scored his 100th career goal. On November 9th, Matthew Tkachuk skated in his 600th career game. Scott Purinovich of the St. Louis Blues recorded his first career goal against the Capitals. Sam Bennett recorded his 300th career point with a goal against the Flyers. And the Jets improved to 14-1 to set a new record for the best start to a season in NHL history.
Wow.
On the 10th, Mr. Jack Johnson himself played in his 1,200th career game.
Dead weight.
On the 12th, Tim Stützle played in his 300th career game already. It doesn't feel like he's been around for that long already, but damn.
No.
And on the 13th, OEL played in his 1,000th career game. On the 14th, Jonathan Likirimaki of the Vancouver Canucks scored his first career goal against the Islanders. And Oscar Back of the Dallas Stars scored his first career goal against the Boston Bruins. Brock Faber played in his 100th career game. And Andrei Vasilevsky became the fastest goaltender to reach 300 wins, doing so in just 490 games, surpassing the great Jacques Plante.
That's insane.
Wow.
That's ridiculous. Connor McJesus himself recorded his 1,000th career point, becoming the fourth fastest to reach that milestone and the 99th player of all time to do it. Obviously, the top four being... Obviously, Wayne Gretzky did it in 424 games, and then he did it again in 433 games. And then Mario Lemieux did it in 513. Bossy did it in 656, and McDavid in 659.
Wow.
So he almost was the third fastest.
If he only
He just got a couple more points in a couple games here and there.
Yeah.
Then Janis Schwartz scored his 200th career goal. On the 15th, Marco Kasper scored his first career NHL goal against the Ducks. And in the same game, Cutter Gauthier for the Ducks scored his first career goal. And Dustin Wolf recorded his first career shutout as well. And then on the 16th, Owen Pickering of the Penguins recorded his first career point with an assist to a Jesse Puljujarvi goal. Eric Johnson played in his 1,000th career game. And Spencer Martin of the Carolina Hurricanes recorded his first career shutout. That is it for NHL milestones.
Nice.
All right, I have one more that I just found.
One more.
So, pick a team. Who do you think is going to win? You know, put it all on the line. 3-on-3. You got on Team A, William Nylander, Mika Zibanejad, EK65, and Linus Ullmark. Our Team B is Mikhail Granlund, Alexander Barkov, Miro Heiskanen, and Jussi Saros.
Ooh.
Are we talking about current? Or are we talking about like
In prime.
In their prime. Okay.
In their prime.
With the way McGrinland's playing, I think he's reaching his prime right about now. How he's been playing this season.
But
He's also on a
Sharks.
pretty shitty team. Did I say that out loud? You can't fucking talk. Penguins are dog shit. But, I mean, if we're talking prime, you got to go Team A.
Yeah.
Like, that's no questions
I
asked.
think that was kind of my...
If we're going right now, I'd say Team B.
Current, yeah. Yeah, I gotta side with Kyle.
If we're going prime, then Team A. But if we're going right now, Team B.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay, easy enough.
Yeah.
All right. Now, main topic. I didn't get everything together for what I had suggested because adulting sucks.
Yeah.
Adulting sucks. So I pulled up a couple things. I haven't even seen. Like I looked at them. I said, I think this is good enough, and let's hope it's good enough. I'm sorry if it isn't. It's just I'm trying to pull something out of my ass, and I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Okay.
Hopefully, the guys agree that it's or say that's good. If not,
We'll say it's good just because we're here for you. How's that sound?
so random quiz. I gotta close out of the Buckbusters Gmail. Hold on.
I thought about talking about Sporkle at some point.
But yeah, I just found it out. I have 2 quizzes from Sporkle and 2 others. Well, one other from Sportsnet and a 4th one that I don't even remember what it's called. But I don't care.
Just hard NHL quiz.
Yeah. So we got 10 minutes to answer 81 questions.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Phil Kessel.
For everyone.
I feel like we should have had some hot dogs if we knew there was going to be 81 questions.
I would have bought some on my way, but
hot dogs and Pepsi.
yeah.
No, Coke. 2 liter of Coke. That's all
yeah.
we need. All right. Start it off.
Austin Matthews.
Yep.
Least drafted who first overall in 2016? Who won the Hart Trophy? Who won? Oh, Austin Matthews won what trophy in 16-17? Would that be the Calder? Did he win the Calder?
I don't know.
Did he or did Laine end up winning it?
It would have been.
I thought Matthews won the Calder.
Did he win it for the Calder? Is the Hart? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Beating out forward Patrick Laine,
Yeah.
who plays for the when was his maid?
At the time, it was the Winnipeg Jets. At the time.
At the very bottom of this been at the time? Yeah, okay.
Who's drafted? Who also drafted who 9th overall?
In 2014.
2014.
There's some names on there. Alcadro, Barzal, Rantanen, Marner.
EJ? No,
I
not
don't
EJ.
think, no.
I'm trying to see all of them.
Adam Larson, no.
Yari Curry?
Puljujarvi, no. Jonathan Drouin, no. Justin
Nikolai
Falk, no.
Ehlers?
Yeah, probably. Ehlers. Yeah, okay. Who played for which junior team in the Q?
Oh, thanks.
I think it's the only.
I think he's that the only one on there.
I'm trying to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the only one.
The same team with which current athlete?
Nathan McKinnon. You're right there. Who's drafted first overall what year? 2013?
Yeah,
it's only a year. Yeah.
Yeah.
The same year, what team won the Stanley Cup? Chicago. Who signed this player out of the KHL? Panarin. Right above it. Who won the Calder over which phenom? Who would have been the McDavid?
McDavid.
No, that was too soon.
That was too soon.
No, McDavid was drafted in 15, so he'd have been for the 16 Calder, for the 15-16 Calder.
Well, we're talking about 13, the year 2013, 12-13 season when Chicago won the...
No, he said who drafted this player in 15-16 from the KHL.
Oh, so that'd be it.
So it would be McDavid then. Yeah. Who won the 16-17 what trophy? The Hart?
I believe so, yeah.
Or would it be the MVP? Did he win the Hart or did he win the MVP that year?
It would have been Hart.
Hart.
Because McDavid only won the MVP this past year.
Yeah, it would have been the Hart.
Also known as what? The MVP award. The Hart is the MVP. No, the MVP down there.
What?
You hit MVP of the playoffs.
Oh, no.
All right, we'll restart. Hopefully it starts at the same question.
No.
Okay, yeah. So we'll do Matthews, Calder, top right or top left. Sorry. Being out forward.
Patrick Laine.
Played for the Jets. Down at the bottom. Driven 9th overall. Nikolai Ehlers.
Right there.
Junior team Halifax. Played on McKinnon. Middle left. First overall in 2013. Same year, what team won the Cup? Chicago. Signed this player out of the KHL for the 15-16 season. Yeah. Panarin. Calder over this phenom McDavid. Won the Hart. It's also known as the MVP award. Okay. Now we're back. Okay. Which was won the previous year by... So who won the MVP in 15-16? Is that the year Crosby won it? Kucherov, Rantanen, Barzal, Lemieux. Obviously not Lemieux. I feel like this one might have been Crosby. No?
Nope.
The fuck would have won it in 2016?
Kucherov?
I think that would have been too soon. Giroux, maybe.
Patty Kane.
Maybe Patty Kane. Damn, well, we failed that one.
All right.
Move on to the next one. NHL hardest quiz ever. Hardest NHL quiz ever.
20 questions in 18 minutes.
Okay.
I love blind post-it cards. It's my favorite part of the quiz.
That one. Who was the first player to use a one-piece composite stick in an NHL game? Ooh. Okay, I had no idea when they would have started using these.
Probably 30s. Maybe not earlier.
No.
No?
No.
Or later? I don't know. Maybe 50s?
Not a year.
I'm between the top two.
That's why
I'm between Danny Heatley, All-Star, and Scott Gomez.
I was thinking going towards Heatley.
That's actually
Yeah,
why
that's
I
what I
was
was
between
leaning
the two.
towards.
Yeah.
It was Scott Gomez, motherfucker. Okay. Who had the fourth most shorthanded goals? What? In 1971, 1972. I don't even know any of these names, bro.
Just,
Bill Fairbairn, Jimmy Roberts,
I
and
like
Derek
Terry
Sanderson.
Crisp.
I like
Just
that
for the
name,
name.
Crisp, yeah.
Ah.
It was Fairbairn.
Probably Roberts.
Sanderson. Which goalie
In 93-94 had
the most goals against? The only name I know is Bob Essensa. Because I think he was a fucking emergency goalie at one point. That's the only reason I know that name.
All right, well, fuck.
I wasn't going to say that for an answer, but... Alright. What is Mike... What the fuck are these questions, bro?
How the fuck are we supposed to know this?
What is Mike Camilleri's middle name? I don't fucking know. Anderson? Anthony. No, Anthony.
Anthony.
Hey! That's the one we get! Okay. Who was, in 2006-2007, who was the second highest point scorer on the Chicago Blackhawks? Rutu. But honestly, I want to say that one was Rutu. Fuck!
Was it Nevada? Yeah.
Rabada. Who was the 120th pick in the 2003 NHL draft?
Paul missed the net.
I'm going to say Paul Bissonnette, yeah.
Fuck. Oh.
2005-2006 Blue Jackets captain. I want to say Jan Hrdina.
Okay. Who?
Adam Foote, motherfucker. Who was the first player? Andrew Desjardins. I know that one. Andrew Desjardins. I know. What? Oh, did it say the first one?
Yeah.
Which one of these did he not play for?
But Mike Sill did not pay for it.
I want to say.
Preds?
I want to say Ottawa.
We should probably
I'm
read
saying
we should probably be
Islanders.
reading the questions out loud too.
Which of these? Well, I did. Which of these teams did Mike
okay.
Sillinger not play for?
Well, this doesn't help because
answers,
all
yeah.
four of us have four different fucking answers.
What are you saying?
Atlanta!
That's,
I mean, I don't fucking know. I'd say Ottawa, but Atlanta, sure. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. All right. Who had the best shooting percentage in 2000-2001? Gary Roberts, Joe Thorne, Alex Tangay, or Keith Primo?
Just because Jumbo Joe. Just because.
I'll say
I'll
Keith
see.
Primo.
Oh.
Gary
Gary
Roberts.
Roberts.
Okay.
Which of these players awarded 5 or more penalty shots and never scored a single one?
I feel like marrying Gabrick. Marty St. Louis would score at least one. Rick Nash was already scoring one, so I know it's not those two. So it's either Gabrick or Milan. I'm not.
Milan Hajduk.
Hey, Duke, what's going on?
Yeah, I'll say Gabrick, yeah.
Hey, dude.
It's me, Hajduk. St. Louis, what? St. Louis never scored on a penalty shot? That's wild. All right, which of these
in a
players
single
has
game.
more major penalties?
If only Tom Wilson was on there.
Joey Koser, Tim Hunter, Paul Laus,
Just
Gino
because of the last
Ojeda.
name, I want to go with Tim Hunter.
Sure. Joey Koser. Okay.
Damn.
Who had the most power play goals in 1984 and 1985? I don't fucking know. Del Howardchuk?
I agree. Fuck!
Tim Kerr.
How are we?
What team finished third last in the 78-79 season? So who's the third worst team in the 78-79 season? The Colorado Rockies.
Yeah, I was,
Not on the North Stars.
Detroit, dude.
Of course. In the 2006 draft, where was centerman Matthew Perot selected? 83rd, 177th, 101st, or 206th? I don't fucking know. 177. Hey! How many games did right winger Brady call the play in? 3. If it's fucking 0, I swear to God.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Who posted the worst plus minus in a single season at negative 82?
Oh my god. Bill Mickelson, just because I like the last name.
I feel like they're trying to trick us with that name. I'm going to say Jeff O'Neill.
that's what I'm like.
Oh, you're fucking. Oh my god.
Highest goalie ever drafted by the Minnesota Wild. Oliver Westblom, because I like that name. Who scored the first... I know this one. This one I believe is Nick Antropov. I knew that one.
Yep.
Okay. Who was the second overall pick in the 1995 entry draft? Shane Doan is a decent answer. Wade Redden is also a decent answer.
Shane Doan is the only name I know on here.
Yeah, that's the only one I know.
It's probably mine, Kella.
Go with Doan, but I guarantee it's probably Redden. Or Redden.
5 of 20.
Woo!
The cast is at 25%.
Average is 30%. Yeah,
suck.
fucking right.
Wow.
That was so fucking ridiculously hard. Let's find a different one on Sparkle before we do the other two, because that one was unnecessarily hard for no reason.
I mean, it does say hardest NHL quiz ever.
Yeah, no shit. No shit, that was hard.
Team locations in order.
Okay, yeah, let's try that one. Okay, that's interesting. See, that one was just posted 5 minutes ago, so it's actually pretty accurate, hopefully. All right. Okay. So we literally have to just click and drag them, I'm guessing.
So Thrashers to Winnipeg Jets. That's
most recent.
the recent one.
97.
Well, when did Winnipeg go to Phoenix?
96, I thought.
Wasn't in...
No, it was Hartford to Carolina in 97.
Probably, yeah. Okay.
So then Winnipeg to Phoenix.
96?
I want to say it was in...
I thought,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And then we
Cool.
had...
I know Quebec, the Nordiques to Colorado is either 95 or 96.
Well, when did Colorado win their first cup?
That's what I'm
What?
trying to... Because they won it the first year.
96, because I remember Ethan bragging, Detroit won in both 97 and 98, because that was the last back-to-back.
So 96.
Yep, and I remember Colorado won it the first year they made it.
Okay, Colorado Rockies to the New Jersey Devils. I want to say that might have been 93. Or that might actually be right there. I don't know. The Ottawa Senators to the St. Louis Eagles. The Atlanta Flames to the Calgary Flames. That would have been... Because the Flames won their first and only in 1989? Or 1988?
So then it would have been, 1982 or before.
Yeah. Okay. To the Devils. I'd say maybe switch those two. Switch to 80 and 82 currently. Atlanta to Calgary, 1980. That sounds right.
So that means North Stars to Dallas Stars in 93.
It sounds right, because the Mighty Ducks came out in, what, 92? Or was that came out a little bit later? No, because the Penguins beat the North Stars in...
Their first
in the 1991 season.
91 season.
So, and obviously 92 isn't an option, so I feel like it'd have to be 93.
So here's what we have so far. 1980, Atlanta with Calgary. 82, Colorado Rockies to Devils, New Jersey Devils. 93, Minnesota to Dallas. 95, the original Jets to Phoenix. 96, Quebec to Colorado. 97, Hartford to Carolina. And 2011 is the Thrashers to Dallas.
I almost want to switch the North Stars and the Jets again. Like, put the North Stars to Dallas in 95. Because when did the Mighty Ducks come out? I want to say that came out in 94. And they were still the Minnesota North Stars in that movie. So I almost want to switch that one to 95. Maybe even to 96.
No, 96 is a definite lock. I'm sorry. I think that's a definite
Okay.
lock. These bottom three are for sure definite lock.
Okay. So I would want to... I'd possibly switch the 93, 95. Because when did the Mighty Ducks movie come out? I want to say
91.
it was 90... Was it 91?
91.
I thought it was 94. Okay.
Quebec was the original 6 team, but then they folded to...
Okay.
that franchise folded.
I thought the Golden Seals were 76 to Cleveland.
Okay. I think this might be it. I think this might be the perfect list. Oh! So was it switch those two? How is that one wrong?
It's because we got it wrong the first time.
Oh, so it's green. Okay.
So we all.
So we were one off on that
We
one.
got 91%. That works.
So it was the final result. Quebec Bulldogs to Hamilton in 1920. The Pittsburgh Pirates to the Philadelphia Quakers in 1930. The original Ottawa Senators, the St. Louis Eagles in 34. The California Golden Seals to Cleveland Barons and Kansas City Scouts to Colorado Rockies in 76. Atlanta Flames to Calgary in 80. Rockies to New Jersey in 82. Minnesota to Dallas in 93. And Quebec to Colorado in 95.
Yeah. And Jets to Coyotes in
So I
96.
knew Quebec, the Nordiques in Colorado was 95, 96.
Yeah,
I'm
damn.
gonna fucking drink out
Then the
this
Whalers
stuff.
to the
Holy
Hurricanes in
crap.
97, and then obviously the Thrashers and the Jets in
Yeah.
2011.
And then now the more recent one, if they were on this list, it would Arizona to Utah now.
All right, now we got a quiz from Sportsnet's website, also titled Hardest Hockey Quiz Ever. So, let's give it a shot. Oh, we got some warm-up questions. Thank you so much. Which goalie has the most career Vezina trophies? Dominic Hasek, Terry Sawchuk, Glenn Hall, or Jacques Plante?
Dominic Hasek.
I was going to say Jacques Plante.
Yeah, I gotta agree. Kyle.
Yeah.
Who's the first defenseman in history to reach 1,000?
Bobby or Ray?
I think Ray.
I was going to say Bobby.
I
Or I don't know. I
don't think Bobby made 1,000 points.
No, you.
So I'm gonna say Ray
yeah, you
Bork.
might actually be right. It could be Podman too, but I'm going to say Bork.
Which franchise did not enter the NHL during the 6-team expansion in '67? Obviously Buffalo.
Buffalo. Yeah.
Yep.
Sidney Crosby. I already know that one.
Who's the-
Only player to record 100 points and 100 penalty minutes in his rookie season. That is your boy, Sidney Crosby.
Who's the first player to play for all three teams based in the state of New York?
Pat LaFontaine.
Is he? You already know that? Yeah.
Huh.
All right, first period. Okay, it's a bunch of different categories. Who was the first player in history to score 3 short-handed goals in one game? I believe that is Theo Fleury. I believe so. Which player has the most Stanley Cups without ever having played for the Montreal Canadiens?
Wayne?
I was gonna say Wayne Gretzky.
It's either that or Red Kelly.
I was going to say, because during the 80s, how many cups did the Oilers have there? Between the Oilers and...
I think Gretzky only has like 4.
So
Well, how much does Red Kelly have?
Well, he played for Detroit in Detroit's early days when Detroit was winning a lot in the original 6 era. Or is it Sawchuk? I thought Sawchuk did play for the Montreal Canadiens.
Without having ever played for the Montreal Canadiens.
I'm
So,
saying, I thought Sawchuk did though.
I don't know.
Or was he
I know
more?
Chicago.
Or was he Chicago and Toronto?
It might be
So it might be Sawchuk then.
because I think Sawchuk was.
Yeah, let's
Toronto,
go Sawchuk.
Toronto and Chicago.
Who was the first player to record 300 penalty minutes
Dave
in a
Schultz.
season?
Dave Schultz.
Or is it Tiger Williams?
Dave Schultz. He one of the original what created the Broad Street Bullies back in the day.
Was it?
He's
Yeah.
the biggest goon out of all the Broad
Okay.
Street Bullies. First U.S.-based franchise to be granted membership into the NHL. Boston, Detroit, the Rangers, and the Americans. Well, the Americans... Oh,
Were the New York Americans part of those teams that was like pre-original 6? Back like
Yeah.
when the NHL was founded in like 1917 or 1920, whatever it was.
yeah, because it was either the Rangers were created to compete with the Americans, or the Americans were created to compete with the Rangers.
I want to say it was the New York Americans. Which goaltender did Wayne Gretzky score the most goals on in his career?
Brodeur, Vernon, McLean, and... I'm not going to try and say that.
Daniel Berthrame?
Birth, man.
Berthrame? I'm going to say Mike Vernon.
That's what was my.
That's the only one that played for a long amount of time that I know of that would be a potential answer.
Yeah.
Second period.
When Martin Brodeur was selected 20th overall in the 1990, I almost said 1920, the 1990 draft, he was the second goalie selected. Who was the first? Felix Potvin, Trevor Kidd, Jamie Storr, or Olaf Kolzig.
I want to say it was Kolzig.
I
was between the top two. I was between Trevor Kidd and Felix the Cat Potvin.
Let's go with Potvin.
All right. After Sidney Crosby, which player selected in the 2005 draft currently has the most career regular season points? Ryan, Kessel, Kopitar, or Taze? I want to say it's Kopitar.
I think it's
You're
Kopitar.
right.
I don't think Kessel ever even broke 1,000 yet.
Well, I was going to say, Taves was drafted in 06, 07. Kopitar was 03, right? I think he was the same draft as Fleury.
I thought Kopitar was the same draft years.
I thought Kopitar was 05.
It was 05.
Bobby Ryan is definitely 05. So we can take out Johnny Taze out of this because he wasn't in the 05 draft for sure. Phil Kessel. I can't remember what year he was drafted in.
I want to say it was like 2007.
So Kessel and Taze are both out because
I want to say it's Kopitar.
I think it's Kopitar.
Yeah, I'm gonna third that.
Or are you leaning more towards Bobby Ryan?
yeah, but I'm going to be outnumbered,
Okay.
so it's fine. Who was the first American-born player to captain a team to the Stanley Cup? Brian Leach, Darren Hatcher, Mike Modano, and Mark Howe. Mark Howe. Did Modano never won a cup? Did he?
Oh, I thought he did.
Thought he did with Dallas.
99.
Okay.
Brian Leach would have done it with the Rangers in 94 or 93. Darian Hatcher, I'm not sure on, and Mark Howe, I'm not sure on.
So it would have been.
I want to say it's Brian Leach.
Yeah.
Which player has been traded for Chris Pronger twice? Joffrey Lupul, Dustin Penner, Brennan Sheehan, wow.
Oh,
Shannon, or Cujo.
they did this question. I can't remember if it was on Bar Down or if it was on Post to Post Productions.
Lupul? Joffrey Lupul?
I wanted to say it's Lupul. It's such a stupid thing, but I want to say it's Lupul. I'm guessing third period, yeah. Who was the last active player to play in the original Six era?
Esposito?
Gordie Howe, Esposito, Wayne Cashman, or Brad Park?
I think it was Esposito.
Esposito with a question mark?
I think I remember this one on a post-to-post trivia, and I want to say it was the stupid one with Wayne Cashman.
Cashman, right?
That's what I want to say.
Who's recorded the most points in the Stanley Cup final? Richard, Wayne Gretzky, Brian Trottier, and Jean Beliveau.
Jean Beliveau.
Yeah.
I want to say it could be Beliveau because he was part of that that run with the Maple Leafs, the Canadiens, where they won fucking 9 cups in a matter of like 12 years.
But then again, Maurice Richard,
was also part of that. But if not, the Richard trophy is named after him. He never won.
He never won.
He never won his own trophy. Or he never was like the leading scorer in a. It honestly could be Brian Trottier too, because when the Islanders went to the final 4 years in a row.
4 years in a row.
But then again,
it's obviously Wayne Gretzky is obviously Wayne Gretzky, but listen, I think he only won like 4 cups. I want to say it's John Beliveau.
Who is the last member of the Montreal Canadiens to score 50 goals in a single season?
Guy Lafleur, Mats Naslund, Stefan Richter, or Steve Shutt? I'm between Lafleur and Richter.
That's what I was between. But I want to say Guy Lafleur.
I'll say Lafleur, yeah.
Who holds the record for most consecutive wins by a goaltender in the Stanley Cup final? Turk Broda, Ken Dryden, Billy Smith, or Grant Furr?
I'm between the bottom two on this one, between Billy Smith and Grant Fuhr.
I was leaning more towards Grant Fuhr than Billy Smith.
Let's go Grant Fuhr then.
And then which of these goalies has the most career ties? Glenn Hall, Patrick Waugh, Jacques Plante, and Tony Esposito.
This one, I almost want to say Waugh for this one, just because of how long he played, and he's not even like top 3 in wins or whatever. Yeah. Just even with how long he played. Mm-hmm. So that'd be my guess is that he just had a lot of ties.
Okay.
That's my only.
overtime.
So overtime, yeah. This is going to be the last one we're going to have. This is page 5 of 5, so these are the last ones. All right.
Which of these top 20 all-time career leaders in goals had the best single-season mark? Brendan Shanahan, Mike Gartner, Mark Recchi, or Mark Messier?
Probably Messier.
Leader in goals.
Well, Shanahan played well into the mid-late 2000s.
Yeah.
Mark Recchi did as well.
Yeah.
Messier, I think, didn't even make it past the lockout. And I don't know how long Gartner made it into the NHL. Or into the...
He played for I think he played for the Capitals for a long time and did very well for a long time with them. But top 20 current leaders in goals. If it was points, I think I'd go with Shanahan. But, I mean, goals, I still want to go Shanahan, too. Let's go Shanahan, fuck it.
Which team holds the record of 35-game regular season unbeaten streak? With the 77-78 Montreal Canadiens, 79-80 Philadelphia Flyers, the 84-85 Edmonton Oilers, or the 87-88 Boston Bruins. I want to say the 84-85 Oilers because that was right when they were starting their finals push.
Streak, yeah.
I was between that or the Flyers, sadly.
I'm gonna start.
When did the Flyers win their back-to-back? Was it 78-79 or 77-78?
It was sometime.
Or was it like 80-81?
It was 80-81.
Was there Flyers back-to-back?
Yeah. Oh.
No, because no, the Flyers weren't in like 1975. Like 74-75 was their back-to-back.
Oh, that's right, because they just...
Because I just remember the meme with Sidney Crosby. So that'll be 1975, please. So
it'll be the Edmonton Oilers.
I want to say let's go with the Oilers.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be the Bruins, the one that we didn't mention. Who is the last team made up of entirely Canadian-born players to win the Stanley Cup? What?
We got the 71-72 Bruins, the 74-75 Flyers, the 77-78 Montreal Canadiens, or the 80-81 New York Islanders.
I'll just say the Canadians.
Yeah, that's what my first thought was. The only Canadian team.
And the first defenseman to win the Conn Smythe.
Bobby
Pierre
Orr.
Pouliot, Bobby Orr, Serge Savard, or Guy Lapointe. Probably Bobby Orr, yeah.
Which player holds the record for goals by a rookie in a single postseason?
I want to say that's Mike Bossy.
I was just about to say, I wonder if...
I do want to say it's Bossy, yeah.
And then last but not least, who holds the NHL records for most career regular season power play goals? Esposito, Yager, Andrechuk, or Gartner?
I would say that one sounds like Yager.
Honestly, yeah. That's either Yager or Esposito.
Finish quiz.
What do we get?
36%.
Oh!
Question 1 we got right with Plon.
It was Potvin. I said Potvin could have been the answer for that one. Okay, Sabres we got right. Crosby the player. Mike Donnelly was the play for all three New York teams. First player shorthanded goals was Theo Fleury. I was right on that.
I don't know. I thought we said Pat LaFontaine for...
We did, and I was wrong.
Do we not get to see the rest of the... Okay, I guess we don't get to see the rest of the answers. Cool.
Hold on. There's got to be a way. Is there like a bar on the right side there?
No. There's absolutely nothing.
We not... How do we... Okay. So we don't get to see. All right. Well, we still got one more quiz up there.
Hold on, I have an idea. Please hold while I transfer your call.
Like email the results to yourself or whatever. All right. Please hold. We'll be right back after no messages. All right. We figured it out. All right. Terry saw. I thought we had. I don't remember choosing red. Or did we get that one right? Oh, we did get that one right. Okay. Or the check marks are messing me up now. All right. Dave Schultz was right. New York Americans was wrong. Or is that?
That's wrong. Okay. Well, this unfortunately doesn't seem like it's gonna work in our favor.
Yeah, we can't figure out how to get the correct answers for any of this. All right, but this one is on funtrivia.com. Again, also titled Hardest Ultimate NHL Trivia Quiz. So let's get started with this one. Who won the Jack Adams Award for the Best Coach of the Year in 2000 and 2003? Who won the Cup that year? Was that New Jersey that year?
That was New Jersey.
Yeah.
So I want to say it might have been Pat Burns. Okay. What NHL team was the first American team to ever enter the NHL?
This would have been the Rangers, right? Because we got it.
Yeah.
Because remember, you got it wrong in this one, right?
Yeah, I think so. Okay.
Oh my god, stupid. Stop. So it would have been the Rangers.
Okay. Which of the following players does not belong in the group of four before 1990 in Stanley Cup victories?
Wayne Gretzky belongs. Mark Messier belongs. Curry does belong because he was a part of the Oilers' 4 Cup wins. One of the 4. So Kevin, no.
No, I thought Messier didn't win his first until 94 with the Rangers.
You're right.
Okay. What was the St. Louis Blues arena called in 2004?
Rexall Place was Edmonton. The Bell Center is obviously Montreal.
Yeah. I think it was the
Corral Center?
Yeah, I'll go with that one.
Which of these players was not chosen first overall by the Ottawa Senators?
Daigle was, I know that one for some weird reason, and I believe Yashin was too.
Chris Phillips?
No, I want to say
he was later.
Brett.
He was Phillips was later.
I thought he was later.
So you want to say it was Phillips? Okay. You're saying he was not chosen first overall, is what you're saying, Chris Phillips.
Correct.
Okay. In which city did the Flames play before? Calgary. Yeah. Which goaltender's nickname was the Moose? Johan Hedberg, Guy Herbert, or Hebert, Olaf Kolzig, or Robert Esch?
My guess would be Hedberg, because when you think of the moose, you think of the head, the antlers, the head on the, you know.
Johan the Moose Hedberg, Guy the Moose Herbert, Olaf the Moose Kolzig. It might have been Kolzig too. I don't know. We'll go with Hedberg, but Kolzig would be my guess.
All right.
Who was drafted first overall in 2003? Marc-Andre Fleury. In the All-Star game of 2003-2004, who was the captain of the Eastern All-Stars team? I don't think it would have been Matt Sundin. I think that would have been after he might have been. That might have been when he switched over to Vancouver.
Danny Heatley, maybe?
I was gonna say possibly Danny Heatley. Which of the following players had the fewest goals during their rookie season? Pavel Bure, Eric Lindros, Teemu Selanne.
Tony Amonte.
I know Bure went off his rookie year
Timo
too, and I know Timo has the record. I'm pretty sure he still has the record for most goals in rookie season. What, 76?
I feel like Eric Lindros.
I want to say it's Eric Lindros. Yeah, I feel like they might be trying to throw us off by throwing that random Tony Amonte name in there.
Yeah.
So I want to go with Lindros.
Wait, hold on.
Okay, so it does do that for it. Okay.
So yeah, we were given a hint on question number 7, which was the goaltender's nickname, the Moose. So
it takes away 2 answers. It took off Guy Herbert and Robert Esch. So of course, the one that I said it could also be is still on that.
Honestly, Olaf. It was the 2 that I was between, honestly.
Do we want to switch that to Olaf? Or do we want to keep it at Johan?
I think it just fits Olaf.
Yeah, I think we let Hedberg go, let it go and go with Olaf. But
God damn it. All right, so what are some other ones that we're not sure on? We can still have 2 more hints to use.
Well, off that one question.
Yeah, they all say him.
Well, if you click one more, it might say 1 hint left. Let's use it on number 4 because I'm not positive on if it's the Savas.
Ooh.
So it could be the Savas Center, unless they're trying to throw us off and there was 2 Bell Centers. But because I think Montreal's is technically Le Centre Bell, technically.
But translated to English, it's the Bell Center.
Yeah.
So it
could be. All right. And then 5.
So we have 1 hint
I'm not 100% positive on.
Bo was right. Now we have 1 hint left.
Well, no. Kyle said that.
Yeah, we have 1 left.
Yeah,
Pretty positive. Obviously, we know number 6. We know that the Fleury question. You use it on this one, number 5?
Yeah, either we do number 5
or number
10.
Number 5 or number 10. I say number 5.
Yeah.
It's not Phillips. Okay.
Berard, maybe?
Let's say Berard, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Yashin sounds familiar. All right, let's submit. First one was not Pat Burns. It was Jacques Lemaire for the Coach of the Year. First American team was technically the Boston Bruins, along with the Montreal Maroons in the league's first expansion in 1924-1925. It was Wayne Gretzky. Does not belong in the group of four before 1990.
Traded before the Oilers won the fifth cup in 90. The other two players won all 5 championships with the Oilers.
So Gretzky never ended up winning with the Oilers?
No, he didn't win the fifth. He got traded to LA that season.
I'm confused on the wording of that question, but okay. And number 4.
When the Oilers won in 1990, the 89-90 season, Wayne Gretzky was not on that team.
Right.
The other 3 were. So they're not including Wayne Gretzky in the 1990 team.
Okay.
Or the 89-90 Cup winning team. Because again, that trade to LA, that happened.
Right, it was Alexei Ashen. Fuck. Okay. Atlanta obviously called. It was Hedberg and we switched it. No! God damn it.
I said the first thing when you think of a moose is the head.
It's a fucking dumb mnemonic device, but wow, we did horrible.
Yeah,
it was Burry. Burry only had 34 goals this rookie year? I thought he had way more than that.
And then it was Scott Niedermayer, who was the captain of the 03-04 Eastern All-Star team.
I guess that also makes sense. Oof. 3 out of 10. All right. You don't have that other Sporkle one pulled up, and so we could try to finish that one real quick. Like the one where you had to click.
Oh, no, I closed it up.
All right. Well, I did have one other thing really quickly here.
I'm dead.
I have a draft class.
Okay.
I'm going to start, it's like a list of like 20, 30 players here. I'm going to start at the lowest number overall pick that they have, and we got to try to name the year.
Okay.
Drafted 291st was Brian Elliott. 271st was Yaroslav Halak. 245th was Dustin Byfuglien. 239th was Tobias Enstrom. 2005 was Joe Pavelski. Any guesses yet?
2000 and I want to say 02 or 03.
Final answer.
I'm going to say
03.
that was my pick, 03.
I was going to say, I'll be the odd one out. I'll go 2.
03.
Okay.
Rest of it, Lee Stepniak was 148th. Jimmy Howard was 64th. David Backus 62nd. 52nd, Corey Crawford. 49th, Shea Weber. 45th, Patrice Bergeron. 33rd, Louis Erickson. 28th, Katy Perry. 26th, Brian Boyle. 24th, Mike Richards. And then some of these on the top 20 are just ridiculous. Ryan Kessler, Brett Burns, Ryan Getzlav, Zach Parise, Brett Seabrook, Dustin Brown, Jeff Carter, Dion Phaneuf, Braden Coburn, Ryan Suter, Milan Mikulek, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Thomas Vanek, Nathan Horn, Eric Stahl, and obviously MAF.
That's 03.
That's what you said.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you listed off another one.
No, you said 03. That was correct.
Okay.
Yeah, all those guys, that whole draft class is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that Brian Elliott, the guy that just played his last year, is still on that list too.
I don't know, it's crazy to think.
Yeah.
I was wrong on who I thought was going to blow out this game, the Bengals Chargers. I thought the Bengals were going to blow them out. Nope. Chargers up 24-6. Anyways, I think that does it for this week. I got nothing else. I know our brains hurt after that stupid ass quiz. Who was drafted 149th in 1920? Like, what? Yeah. Otis going to say goodbye? Otis going to do the outro for us this week?
He's just like...
Oh, now you're silent.
You jerk.
He's like...
Alright, that's it. We'll see you guys next week, or in a couple weeks, when we're not mentally, physically, or vocally dead.
Yeah.
Say bye, Odie. You jerk!
I said because we are more than likely not recording next weekend, to all our American friends, happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays, and we'll be back after the holidays. If we're
should be back the Sunday after the American Thanksgiving. That would put us at
December.
December 1st.
December 1st,
So yeah, we will not see you guys again in November. So
All right.
yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Do we really need to go over it again? Twitter, Snapchat, not Snapchat.
No, we
Twitter,
are done.
Instagram, YouTube. You know where to look. You know where to find us. And yeah, thank you guys for listening. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.